Do apologize if it's a little early. Not your guys' fault. It's just circumstances out of my control that I had to adapt to. So anyways, that's why we're starting a little bit early on this one. But here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final game day for week number 8. The last week before the very first BCS rankings. In this matchup, it's an SEC battle between two teams at the top of the SEC East. Who will gain control of this division? We'll find out together. As the number 5 Tennessee Volunteers take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Let's take a look at the rosters. First things first. Matt Curry is the starting quarterback for Tennessee. Running back, Jabari Davis alongside Gerald Riggs. Bud Dupree at fullback. Jonathan Wade, Brett Smith, CJ Phaeton, Derek Tinsley, Joe Movakin at wideout. Victor McClure and Aaron Kirkland at tight ends. Offensive line, looking as solid as usual. D ends, Carlton Neal and JT Mapu. D tackles, Greg Jones and it's Justin Harrell. Kevin Simon and Omar Gaither at outside linebackers. Marvin Mitchell and John Poe at middle linebackers. Corners, Boulware and Allen. Tavares Lindsay, Nickel, Antoine Stewart at dimeback. O.J. Owens at free safety. Joey Weiss at strong safety. James Wilhoyne at kicker. Dustin Colquitt at punter. And of course, gotta take a look at those Georgia Bulldogs, the only undefeated team left in the SEC after Arkansas lost to Auburn just recently. Quarterback for Georgia, David Green. Behind him is DJ Shockley. It looks like Shockley, if he decides to stay with the Georgia Bulldogs, will play one more season. Running back Tyson Browning alongside Tony Milton. Fullback Jeremy Thomas. Fred Gibson and Reggie Brown at wideouts, alongside Brian McClendon, Leroy Barr, and Anthony Dickerson. Tight ends Henry Brock and Marlon Watts, the freshman duo. Offensive line looking solid for Georgia. D ends David Polley, 99 overall D end, alongside Will Thompson. D tackles Kendrick Golston and Gerald Anderson. Tony Taylor and Derek Holloway are the outside linebackers. Since Derek White's out, it's Mickey Brown and Odell Thurman. White is out for like a month and a half. Ty Stanton at corner alongside DeMario Minter. Nickelback is Tim Jennings. Rayshon Lyman is the dimeback. Sean Jones at free safety. Kenny Bailey at strong safety. Michael Burke at kicker. Lee Jackson at punter. Those are your rosters for this game here today. Little afternoon game day before the game of the week coming up. The Red River rivalry between the Sooners and the Longhorns. Very excited for this one. 5-1 taking on 5-0. They're both 3-0 in the SEC. That's going to be really nice. No alternates for Georgia for some reason. They didn't start wearing black jerseys just yet. Guess we'll go all white for Tennessee. So here we go. Crap, I put it on. Hold on just 1 second. I messed something up over here. I just accidentally left it on my own playbook. Crap. Hold on. Scoot something up on here. Come on, load up so I can skip through this whole thing and freaking start over. Come on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this thing takes forever to pick the thing. Okay. I gotta hold on a minute. I messed something up on here. Yeah, I think I picked the wrong playbook. Usually when I do it, I pick the playbook, pick the Tennessee or the away team's playbook, and then just go into it. I completely screwed that up. Hold on a minute. Okay, here we go. So, yep, all the uniforms are staying the same. Okay, there we go. Alright. That's all fixed. It was just a little quick fix. Nothing too major. 5-1, 3-0 in the SEC for Tennessee. 5-0, 3-0 in the SEC for Georgia. Number 5 taking on number 6. Both quarterbacks doing wonders. So here we go. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, the site for this SEC game of the week. It's not the actual game of the week, but it's the best SEC game on here. The number 5 Tennessee Volunteers at 5-1. Take it on the 6th ranked Georgia Bulldogs at 5-0 and undefeated. Of course, Georgia, the only undefeated team in the SEC. Here come the Bulldogs. As always, everybody, I'm Tepper Price, commentating every single game. Here solo. There's the SEC East standings. Both teams 3-0 since 4-1. Georgia, Tennessee, one of these teams will have a loss at the SEC in the conference record. Tennessee, week 1 loss to Texas in the top 10 showcase. That was their only loss of the season. Both teams have won 5 straight. In fact, Georgia actually is tied for the second most wins in a row as far as the current streak with 8, tied with Fresno State. There's Matt Kirby, the quarterback for Tennessee. He's having himself a very solid freshman year for the Vols. Got a big win against Auburn in the last minute. Oh, I probably should have just kicked it off to them because Georgia wanted to receive. Oh well. So yeah, Matt Kirby is the starting quarterback. I don't think I need to make too many changes here. So JT Mapu is the starting right end. Nothing else really needs to be done. Arnold Harrison, I'm going to leave him at outside linebacker. I think that's just about it. Yeah, so no need to do any changes here. We are getting ready to go. Lee Jackson back to return. Jabari Davis. And Gerald Riggs back to return. This SEC game is underway. Already a kick out of bounds, but it went through the end zone, so no kickoff out of bounds penalty in this one. Matt Kirby leading this Tennessee offense on the field. 13 touchdowns, 6 picks at just over 1,000 yards. He's doing himself pretty good for his freshman year. Let me tell you, he's only going to get better. Basically the equivalent of Eric Ainge. I probably should have put his number at 10. But guess who's wearing that number? Joey Weiss. He's wearing number 10. Believe it or not. Kirby, here he goes. First throw. Completes it for a nice gain. It's a rainy day in Sanford Stadium. That pass completed to tight end Victor McClure for a nice gain. Impact players for this game for Tennessee. Jabari Davis, the 6-foot senior running back, and the 6-foot wideout, the junior wideout, Jonathan Wade. But the defense, it's senior 6'3" senior defensive end, 99 overall David Pollock, and the linebacker core 6'1" junior Tony Taylor. Here's a throw out of the backfield for a first down. It's Davis. Nice run after the catch for a first down for the Volunteers. So I just turned the sound off, or the play announcer thing off. So first down there for Tennessee. Nicely executed play. Pass it out of the backfield to Jabari Davis and keeps the drive going, or at least with the chains. They were in no danger of that. It was second down. First and 10 for Falls. Bert's free going in motion. Like a 4 before they snap it. Kirby, a little bit of a blitz. Hit as he delivers. That one knocked away. I think Pollock was there on the pressure. There was an unblocked defender out there ready to pressure Matt Kirby, but he still got the throw off. Luckily, it was incomplete. Second and 10 for Tennessee. 36 seconds already shaved off the clock. Yeah, we're doing it a little bit early here today. Just some weird circumstances. I'm not going to go too detailed on that. That'd be a little too much. Here's Kirby throwing over the middle. It's complete. It's another first down for the Volunteers. It's Brett Smith, the redshirt freshman. He was the hero for Tennessee last week against Auburn in that SEC game of the week. Nice catch by Brett Smith for 11 yards. 44-yard line. Tennessee moving on their opening drive with authority. Almost a minute gone by. It's a Cree going in motion. Here's a handoff. First handoff of the game to Jabari Davis. Makes a move. Bailey able to take it down after getting a few yards. Tennessee offense really relies on their committee of running backs. Although Matt Kirby has really showed some promise, as there's only one senior on the receiving core. or 2 seniors if you include the tight ends, 2 seniors of the running back duo, or the running back room. So yeah, Tennessee has been in a little balanced team ever since Matt Kirby came in. Casey Clausen's been a very nice passer though too. Counter run, here goes Davis. Spin move, nice move. Here he goes. And Kenny Bailey's taking it down again. This time it will be 3rd down. Tackle was made by Will Thompson, the 5th-year senior, right end. So now 3rd down for Tennessee, the first one of the game for the Volunteers. Getting close to Georgia territory. They need to get there and get to the 46 to pick up a 1st down. Be in a really good spot to get in the first points of the game. Already 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Counter run again. Davis is shut down. David Pollock. Nice play on the TFL. And the Volunteers are going to have to punt. Tried to run it on 3rd and 5. Georgia's defense was not having any of it. So Dustin Colquitt, the 5th-year senior, will have to punt it away. Back to return for the Bulldogs is Fred Gibson. It's 2.5 minutes already gone by. Tennessee bleeding some clock out already, but doesn't come away with any points. That one's going straight to the end zone. I already know that's a big leg for Dustin Colquitt. So Georgia sits up at the 20. So here comes the Georgia Bulldogs offense led by David Green. Just over 1,000 yards. Very less touchdowns, but less picks as well. 5 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's definitely trying to make up for what happened last season. 7-6 for the Georgia Bulldogs. And David Green threw 22 interceptions in that last season, the 2nd most in the country. He's definitely improving on that. Now, as Tyson Browning gets a carry, not too much there on the 1st down play. Taken down quickly. Marvin Mitchell was there on the stop. Impact players for Georgia's offense. Redshirt sophomore running back of 5'8", Tyson Browning. And 6'4" senior wideout, Fred Gibson. For Tennessee's defense, it's 6'4" redshirt senior DN Carlton Neal. And in the secondary, 5'10" redshirt junior corner, Robert Bulware, as David Green gets taken down right around the line of scrimmage. That was indeed Carlton Neal with the takedown. Might be tackle for loss. It's 3rd down anyway. It looks like a loss of a yard, maybe even 2. 3rd and 11 for the Bulldogs. Believe it or not, Tennessee is actually favored in this ball game. I mean, come on. They were a top 10 team before then. McClendon will go in motion. Here's David Green. Left side throw. That's a completion. Fred Gibson, of course. 6'4" senior wideout makes a great play. Makes a great catch. That's 1st down, Bulldogs. Tennessee is favored by 3 points. Florida State was favored. Auburn was favored by 1.5. Oregon was favored by 3.5. They covered. LSU did not cover as a favorite. Believe it or not, I think LSU was only favored because of what would happen to Florida's offense if Ingle Martin were starting. Thankfully, I did bench Chris Lee for the unpredictability. Here's 1st and 10 after a nice play. Green fires. Oh my goodness. That was deflected by Bulware, and Tyson Browning, I'm not sure what he was doing. Didn't even look for the ball, didn't even put his hands out. It was a little interesting 1st down play. After a big catch for Fred Gibson to the 48. 2nd and 10. 3:07 to go in the 1st quarter. Here is Reggie Brown going in motion. Little I formation here for Georgia. Play fake to Browning. Green in trouble. Fires under pressure. Oh, dropped. Pressure was there on David Green. Omar Gaither was there for the pressure, but Fred Gibson had a shot at catching it. It was a good throw. Just unable to be brought in. Unbelievable. That was a bad drop for Craig Gibbs. I mean, he's made some big plays this season for Georgia, but that one, he needed it. He definitely wants that one back. 3:03 to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 10. Green looks short. Caught, but short. That pass completes to Leroy Barr, the true freshman, but stopped immediately by Tennessee. Jason Allen was there in the coverage. It'll be 4th down, and Georgia will punt. So both opening drives begin with goose eggs, or begin and end with goose eggs. Lee Jackson will punt this away. Davis, of course, back to return. And this will be the 23rd punt of the season for Lee Jackson. And here it goes. And that one is pinned to the other side. That was a pretty good punt there for Jackson. Tennessee's going to set up inside the 20. So both opening drives end with duds. Now let's see how both of these teams will respond. Tennessee will have the ball at the 13-yard line. Very good punt for Lee Jackson. Information for Tennessee, coming off an Orange Bowl win and an SEC title win. SEC title, oh my goodness! Pressure came, but plenty for Matt Kirby. That time getting set by Gerald Anderson. 6'2", redshirt junior defensive tackle, making a big play. First sack of the ball game. That one for the Georgia defense. Martin loved building his team through defense. Offense kind of built in itself. Here's 2nd and 15 with 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Kirby with a nice cleaner pocket this time. That one completes. I think it's Brett Smith making the catch. But there is a flag, and it's against Tennessee. That's not something you want to see there. Smith gets a penalty. It's Rob Smith, the right guard, if Phil Fulmer is not happy. No, it doesn't look like Phil Fulmer, but that was who coached the Tennessee Volunteers at this time. Coached until 2008, led them to their only national title in football. Tennessee's been a strong contender with Josh Heupel, I'm not going to lie. As Dupree gets a carry, but not too much there. Tennessee just trying to play for getting out away from the end zone, not risking a safety. 6-yard line for Tennessee. It'll be 3rd and long, maybe. Yeah, 3rd and 17. Tennessee's been struggling on 3rd downs this season. 92nd in the country. See if they can do better than that. Brett Smith, I believe, went in motion. Maybe that's Jonathan Wade. Here goes Kirby in the end zone, looking to throw. He had to throw it. Lofter, that's complete! What a catch! And guess who? It's Brett Smith. 2nd catch of the game. This one, a big one, as that one goes for 44 yards up to midfield. 1st down, Volunteers. They strike on 3rd and long, 3rd and 17, and the Volunteers keep the chains moving. Less than a minute to play in the first quarter. Chips on the right side of the top of the screen. It's in the shotgun. Kirby dropping back. Lots of time. Lofter's going for it all. And he's got his man inside the 5. It's C.J. Phaeton. It's 1st and goal at the 3. What a catch. C.J. Phaeton for 47 yards. 1st and goal at the 2, actually, so it's 48 yards. What a start for Matt Kirby. 5 of 6 for 116 yards. Now he's a 1st and goal at the 2. Believe it or not, it is at the 2-yard line. Tinsley will go motion. They'll throw out of it. Kirby looking over the middle. He's got a man. It is Tinsley. Touchdown Volunteers. What a drive. And Matt Kirby was able to find Derek Tinsley, the motion man, in the back of the end zone. And the Tennessee Volunteers strike first. They're playing that Rocky Top song already. 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. That was a very much well-executed drive by Matt Kirby and the Volunteers. Will hoist the extra point. It goes through. Yep, play that Rocky Top song already. The Volunteers want to hear it. Of course, Tennessee has only lost this season all the way back in week 1 against the Longhorns of Texas, who are the #1 team in the country. That could change with that Red River rivalry game coming up later on tonight. Of course, everybody wants to see that game. I mean, it's always the must-watch between Oklahoma and Texas. I mean, they're almost always ranked. Well, not as far as recently, but usually it does happen. Kobe kicks it to the back of the end zone. Tyson Browning kneels it down to the end zone. Touchback. So Georgia will take over on their second drive. Hoping to respond to the Tennessee score. Job well done by the Volunteers. Let's see what Georgia can do. These two definitely played each other. If I could take a look at the Week 8 scores from last season. That's a handoff to the fullback Thomas. Not going much of anywhere that time. As far as week number 8 goes, looks to me, Tennessee beat Georgia 27-24 in that season. 1 yard gain for Jeremy Thomas. That will end the first quarter. Tennessee currently up 7-0 over Georgia. There's still a lot of football to be played here in this top 10 showdown between two SEC East teams. Division lead is on the line. As far as Tennessee-Georgia rivalry goes, here's David Green on second down. Here's a deep throw. Oh my goodness! Reggie Brown dropped the ball. He had an easy catch on second down, and he couldn't catch it. At the time, Georgia had won 3 straight games against Tennessee. However, it was Tennessee who won just last season and broke that short streak. It's 3rd and 9. Tennessee trying to make it back-to-back wins. Georgia trying to get a little payback on the Volunteers like Miami did against Florida State last night. That's a good completion. Oh, had he decided to cut it up outside, I think he would have had a nice game. But he does still get a first down. A little interesting decision by Gibson to run straight into the defender. I hate that so much. Like, computers running into defenders like that, like, there's no reason for that. You're supposed to get away from the defenders, not into them. Especially if you're not bigger. If you're not bigger than the defender, you're going straight into. So McClendon will go in motion after the first down throw by David Green on 3rd and 9. Play fake. Green gets a great block for Browning. What a lofter, what a throw. Brian McClendon, the redshirt sophomore, makes a great play. But what a lofter there by David Green along the left sideline. In Tennessee territory, they're moving just as fast as Tennessee down the field. Clock stops because of the out of bounds. 4-7 for 79 yards. That's pretty good. Pretty solid. This looks like it's going to be a battle. Kind of like a jousting match. Green a little rollout. Laughter is overthrown. Incomplete. Ooh, lucky that wasn't intercepted. I think the free safety was out there, so O.J. Owens nearly had himself a free interception on the pass intended for Fred Gibson. 4 of 8 now for David Green. He's still doing pretty good so far, as is Matt Kirby. Guess the first mistake might be the difference in the game. Drop back by Green, but he's going down! Oh, the Tennessee brass rush was relentless. That time it was Greg Jones, the 6'6 junior defensive tackle with the sack. And so it'll be 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Wonder if Georgia will have like a new touchdown song. You know, it's just Pat McAfee singing that one song on Gameday about Georgia. You know, I wish it was. that'd be honestly cool if they actually did that, but I don't think it's gonna happen. 3rd and long. David Green lopped her over the middle. It's complete. Oh goodness gracious! What a throw over the middle. I think that was Reggie Brown, and it was. How about that? In the red zone now, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Reggie Brown's, it's only his 10th catch of the season, but it's a big one. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. What an absolutely incredible start to the game for both teams, really. Second drive turned out a lot better. Green on the run, moves it, his back foot is complete to the tight end, Henry Brock, and oh no, oh boy. Henry Brock, the 6'3 true freshman tight end, is injured, so Marlon Watts will have to take over. Hopefully Brock is okay. He does make the catch off of the David Green pass off his back foot, but it goes for 3 yards. And he goes down with an injury. Hopefully he'll be alright. 2nd and 7. Defensive line spreads out. Little handoff. No, it was a fake. David Green tries to run forward, and Carlton Neal was right there to get the stop. And now 3rd down coming up for the Bulldogs. That was a pretty big loss for Georgia on that run by David Green. Loss of 4. Luckily for Georgia fans, it's a bruised quadricep. He will return. So, where's the quick injury updates been? Usually they take like 8 to 10 plays because the doctors don't know what they're doing. 3rd and 11 after Tyson Brown just went in motion. David Green looking for the end zone. Flag comes in. It's incomplete. Intended for Fred Gibson in triple coverage. Holding is against Georgia, and Tennessee will actually accept it. Dennis Rowland, the left tackle, gets called for holding this time, but Tennessee accepted the penalty. That pushes the Bulldogs back, trying to make it harder for the true freshman. That's Michael Burke. So 3rd and 21. This is a 3rd and a country mile for Georgia. Here's a shotgun play. Green dropping back. Lofter, no, it's a short pass. Tries to get it in the red zone. Take it down. Gets it at the 18-yard line. Nice completion. Nice short completion to get themselves closer in field goal range. And it will be 4th down. Let me see who that was. They didn't show it. It was a completion to, oh, McClendon. Okay. So Brandon McClendon made the catch. So here we go. Michael Burke, the left foot freshman kicker, looking to make it from, looks to be 35 yards, maybe 34 for the left hash. Did he get Georgia on the board? He does. 7-3, Tennessee leads by 4. This is showing that Georgia's still having a fighting chance here against the Volunteers. Vols started at number 5. They are currently number 5 right now. Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, started number... They started somewhere in the top 15 at the start of the season. They were number 11 in week 2, but they started number 14. Georgia did. Tennessee started at 5. So, highly ranked teams. Lots of returning quarterback. New quarterback for Tennessee. See if that will affect them in the long run. Here goes to Brad Davis on the return. Carries the defender with him. Still comes up short of the 20. Tackle made by the true freshman fullback Joe Reynolds. And Tennessee takes over all first down after their touchdown drive in the first quarter. 3:51 remaining on the clock. Two excellent second drives for both teams. Now third drive here for Tennessee. Kirby blitz is not picked up. What a stop! Nicely done. Executed very nicely. It's Arnold Harrison on the blitz. Take it down the true freshman. Second sack of the ball game for the Dogs defense. So second down for the Volunteers. It's second and 18, a monster 8-yard sack. Makes it second down with 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. Here's Kirby now, a little quick rollout. Fires right side, dropped. Derek Tinsley was out there, so too may have been Jonathan Wade. Now third and long for Tennessee. A position they have not been in too much throughout this entire game. I think they had a third and long conversion already. Matt Kirby 6 of 8 for 118 yards and a touchdown. He's hoping to have another third and long miracle in him. Kirby, a little rollout left or left side. Oh, what a grab! It's Jonathan Wade. It's a first down for Tennessee again on third and long. And the Volunteers keep on moving. How good is this quarterback? Locking it up, giving his receiver a chance. And Jonathan Wade comes down with it, having a very nice first half of the season with 7 touchdowns. Might actually lead the SEC. Play fake to Kirby. In trouble again! Second sack for Harrison, and oh no. Matt Kirby's hurt. Oh dear. So that means James Banks has to come in. He was a quarterback in 02, changed into a wide receiver in 03. Arnold Harrison got there quickly. The third sack of the half for Georgia's defense. So second and 15 after the sack. Tennessee's offensive line didn't give him enough time to breathe. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. It's Banks now on the run. Throws it. Oh, inaccurate pass. A lot different without Matt Kirby out there. The 6'4" true freshman from Crowley, Louisiana. Hopefully he'll be okay. Both teams doing pretty solidly on third downs. 2 of 3 for Tennessee, 3 of 5 for Georgia. And this is another third and long. It's third and 15. 2:34 left in the first half. Throw on the run. Almost picked off. My goodness, that was nearly a disaster. And Tennessee's got a punt just like that. Almost intercepted by Tim Jennings, the 5'8" junior corner, the little guy at nickelback. And so the Volunteers really have no choice but to punt after back-to-back incompletions with James Banks. Hopefully, Matt Kirby will be okay. Now, Tennessee fans are holding their collective breath. Colquitt punts that one to the end zone. Touchback will be called, and Georgia takes over at the 20-yard line with 2:25 left in the first half. Oh, hopefully Matt Kirby will be okay. High formation here in the first half. Third drive of the game for Georgia. Here's a handoff now to the fullback, Jeremy Thomas. He'll get just a few yards before being taken down by Simon. Little recap of what happened across this week. Banger after banger after banger, as some person would like to say. So first off was LSU Florida. That turned into a good SEC game. Gators came out on top, 21-6. Then, of course, Arizona State blew a 17-0 lead to Oregon. 24-17 was the final. That score as Tyson Browning picks up a big first down on that run from 2nd and 8. It looks like he got 9 yards that time. Under 2 minutes to play. Georgia's going to have to hurry up if they want to take the lead in this first half. So yeah, Oregon came back from the 17-0 deficit against Arizona State to win 24-17. Arkansas loses their undefeated season at the hands of Auburn, as that pass is knocked away. One for Fred Gibson. Nice deflection by Boulware. Auburn won 38-28 over Arkansas to end the Hogs' undefeated dreams. And then, of course, Miami did the same thing to Florida State, winning 10-9 in a very nitty-gritty defensive game. So 2nd and 10 now for Georgia, as we got 2 games left in this slate. 1:41 to go in the first half, as Browning went in motion. Green drops back. Little blitz. Picked up well. Green locked to right side. Knocked away. It was double coverage on Reggie Brown. Jason Allen was out there, so too was Joey Weiss. And 3rd down is coming up. The only injury on this game is Derek White at middle linebacker. That's the only injury. So no need to worry about anything on Georgia's offense and Tennessee's defense so far. Minute 36 to go in the first half. It's a 3rd and 10. I know I'm starting a little bit early because of some circumstances I can't control right now. Better to do it early than later, because that'll screw everything up if I did it later. Browning goes in motion. Empty look. Here's David Green. Quick throw right side. It's complete, but short. Timeout Tennessee. The pass was caught. That might have been Leroy Barr who made the catch. But he comes up a few yards short. 4th and 3. And Lee Jackson will punt again. I think this will be the 2nd punt for Lee Jackson in this game, with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Georgia in a close battle with Tennessee. We have had 4 bangers out of 4 games so far. Why not make it a 6 for 6? Here's a... muff by Davis. He does recover quickly. Gets it to the 28-yard line. A disaster for the Volunteers. Luckily, he was able to pick it back up. First down coming up for Tennessee at the 28. So first 10 at the 28-yard line for Tennessee. Kirby's back in, so no injury update means he was just fine. Ooh, in trouble again. He's been getting hit all game long. Pressure up the middle. Gets to Kirby. It'll be 2nd down. Oh, goodness. That could have been disastrous. Addy went down again. Georgia's defense has given him no breaks whatsoever. Defensive line doing a nice job centering pressure on Kirby, forcing him to throw that quickly. 2nd and 10 with a minute 18. Kirby dropping back. Let's picked up well this time. Over the middle, it's dropped. Jabari Davis drops this one. Minute 15 left. It's 3rd down. There are the games, of course. Florida beating LSU and Oregon beating Arizona State. Then, of course, you have the Arkansas-Auburn games. Auburn game and the Florida State-Miami game. What I just mentioned earlier. 3rd down and 10. Minute 15 left to go. CJ Phaeton going to motion. Tennessee lines up with the gun. Kirby. Clean pocket, but planted at the line of scrimmage. What a deflection by Odell Thurman. What a catch. Very nice catch indeed. And it's nice deflection indeed. And it's 4th down for the Volunteers. Dustin Colburn has the punt again. Oh my goodness. Minute 12 left. He threw it 3 straight times. Incomplete every single time. Not giving Georgia the chance to bring the timeout. That might have been a mistake by Tennessee. Deep punt by Dustin Colquitt will go to the end zone. And Georgia takes over at the 20. 1:05 to go in the first half. So here we go. Can David Green lead the Bulldogs down the field and take the lead before halftime? Georgia will receive to start the second half once halftime is reached. Release formation after Thomas went in motion. Handoff goes to Browning. Up the middle. Gets a few yards before being taken down. Timeout called by Georgia. Gaither with the tackle. It goes for a gain of 3. 1:01 to go in the first half. This is a battle for the SC East Division lead. Both teams are 3-0 heading to this ball game. Only one can stay perfect in conference play. 2nd and 7 with 1:01 left in the first half. Green dropping back. A little bit of a blitz defender, but a little too late, and it's dropped. Brian McClintock, again, the target, but this time couldn't reel it in. It'll be 3rd down. Tough, gritty, defensive end to the first half, it seems like. 3rd and 7 coming up. Looks like Georgia's Jumbo said, looks like they may run here. Thomas is just going to go motion. That might be a mistake. Browning is throwing down at the line, or behind the line of scrimmage, mind you. Carlton Neal again. He's been a force in that backfield all first half. And Georgia is going to have to punt for a 3rd time in this half. Great stop defensively for Tennessee. They'll get the ball back, and they'll still have a 4-point lead. That'll be interesting to see what Tennessee will do with 54 seconds left. It's going to be less than 50 seconds, though. Deep pass. Deep one for Lee Jackson. Lots of room, though, for Jabari Davis. Uses the right side to his advantage. And it's to the 47-yard line. Tennessee takes over at the 47 on offense. Good field position. And with 2 timeouts, they might actually be able to maybe score some points. So here we go. 1st and 10 with 44 seconds remaining. Tennessee close to midfield to start the drive. From the gun. Now it's an empty look. Davis going in motion. Snap it at 4 seconds. Kirby, a little quick rollout left side. Oh, it's picked off! A rare mistake by Kirby. And down the sideline goes Sean Jones, the team leader in interceptions. The first turnover of the game. And Georgia's defense comes in big. And Georgia's set up in Tennessee territory. Sean Jones with an interception. That might be his 5th of the season. No, it's his 3rd. I was not even close, but that is Sean Jones' 3rd interception of the season. Leads the team, believe it or not, in interceptions. Sets up the Bulldogs well. It's at the 29-yard line. What a turnaround in this game. Now David Green inside the 30. Green lofted short pass. Oh, he gets picked again! Back-to-back picks. This time, Kevin Simon. Shocking mistakes in the late first half. Back-to-back picks thrown here in Athens. So first to Tennessee at the 26-yard line. My goodness. What is going on? So 33 seconds left. Handoff goes to Davis on the outside. Tries to cut up. Bounces it outside. Pollock right there to make the tackle. No gain on the play. And this might actually take us to halftime. 7-3. Will be the halftime score, and I believe there will be one snap of this football. Yep, it's going to be just one more run before this half ends. Man in motion. Handoff goes to Bert Dupree. Goes up the middle, now goes left. He'll be brought down. Flag is down, but it is on offense, so that will take us to halftime. Irving gets called for a holding penalty. If we have reached halftime, 7-3. We're going to take a little short break. Oops. And we will be right back in just a little bit. Testing. Okay, we're good. Okay, we are about set to start the second half. Oh, I cut it away until... Okay. So, yeah, so first downs, offense, pretty even so far. Turnover battle, also even. Time of possession's also even. This is actually a good game. Oh, man. An even first half. Maybe the second quarter, or the second half, will be pretty similar. Only one way to find out. It's time for the second half of this top 10 showdown out of the SEC. Tennessee, Georgia. 7-3 Volunteers. Georgia takes the second half kickoff. And here we go. Deep booming kick by Colquitt. That will just go through the back of the end zone. Georgia takes over at the 20. 7-3 ball game, but this has been a very even game so far. No team really taking control of this one. It's been even all game long up to this point. See if that will remain true, or one team will start to emerge as the clear victor here. Here's David Green. Throw this on the left side. Oh, and a drop by Gibson. Oh, missed opportunity there. Could have had a big play. Frank Gibson has been so solid for this Georgia offense all season long, and drops this pass. 2nd and 10. Georgia's had their fair share of close calls. Being the Georgia-Alabama game. You have to rely on a pick six to even win that one. As Thomas gets the handoff at the fullback position. Gets 2 yards this time. 3rd down coming up. And it is Joey Weiss who got the tackle. 3rd and 8. Already half a minute gone by in this second half. Now it's 3rd and 8 for Georgia. They need this first down to have a shot at going for the lead again on this drive. Green, lots of time, looking over the middle, completes it, McClintock, but he is short. Nice play by the dimeback, Antoine Stewart. Brian McClintock had the catch, but he came up a yard short. Georgia punts after a 3-and-out forced by Tennessee. This will be the 4th punt of the game for Lee Jackson. I can only imagine the punters getting frustrated right now that Georgia has just been unable to put points on the board after that field goal. Here's the deep punt now for Jackson. Turned to the 22 by Davis. Breaks a tackle, spins away at the 41-yard line. Solid field position for the Volunteers as they get their first drive going in the second half. Matt Kirby and this offense started off very strong, and then of course Kirby threw an interception. Has been sacked a lot in this ball game. Tennessee's offensive line probably got an earful from Phil Fulmer about protecting their freshman quarterback. Let's hope that motivational speech will get him to play a lot better. Play action. Looks like a good start. Kirby throwing deep. That one in traffic. Goes incomplete. Deverio Minter and Kenny Bailey was there in coverage. I think Brett Smith was right there trying to make the catch, but obviously a very difficult one in double coverage like that. Already over a minute gone by in the second half. Here's the 2nd and 10. Volunteers in the eye this time. It's an option. Kirby goes left side, pitches it out to Davis. Solid run out of the option. 3rd down coming up. Tony Taylor with the tackle. It will be 3rd and short. When Tennessee needs to run an option, I think Kirby definitely has a little bit of wheels in him, so he's able to make those kind of plays. 7-yard run. That option run to Davis. 3rd down and 3 for the Volunteers. Interesting to see what they will do here. It's a handoff to Davis. He's taken down behind the line. Odell Thurman. Run game's been struggling all game for both teams, and it proves evident. Great tackle for Odell Thurman on 3rd down to force a 4th. And Dustin Colquitt has to punt it again. When I said this was an even ball game, I meant it. And it's proven to be the exact same case here in the second half. 2 minutes gone by in the 3rd quarter. Unless Colquitt punts this out of bounds, this will more than likely be a touchback. And it is another booming punt, but it is a little ways too far, which means Georgia takes over at the 20. Very even ball game. Defensive showdown after both teams scored on their second drive. No points allowed since then. So defenses got better after the first two drives. Even getting an interception on each quarterback. So first and 10 at the 20. Toss to Tyson Browning. Breaks off a tackle, tries to spin. Brought down by Simon. He's having himself a game right now. 3 sacks and an interception across this season. His 19th tackle of the season on that play. Georgia's got to find some sort of way to get around this Tennessee defense. That was a loss of 1 for Browning on the toss. Play that doesn't usually work all the time. 2nd and 11. Browning in motion. Now in the shotgun with Thomas in the backfield. Green dropping back. Pass time over the right side. It's complete. Reggie Brown makes the catch. First down, Bulldogs. There's Houston beating Tulane in Conference USA. Illinois ahead of Michigan State at halftime. Houston is, if I'm not mistaken, Houston's the only undefeated team in Conference USA right now. Believe it or not, of all teams, Houston is the lone undefeated in Conference USA. Not even Louisville. Because they lost to Army. Thomas gets the handoff. Marvin Mitchell, what a tackle, what a stop on first down. Nice play defensively. Get into the backfield immediately. Now 2nd down. Yeah, but seriously though, can you believe Houston, of all teams, is the only undefeated in Conference USA? That's crazy. David Green on a QB draw. QB keeper goes for a decent gain to the 48. Looks like a 7-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and short. Get play called by Mark Richt to go to the QB keeper. That's the first time they've done that in this one. 3rd and 3. With just over 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Now Georgia in the eye. Here's the 3rd and 3. Handoff goes to Tyson Browning up the middle, and he comes up short. The run game has struggled all game long, and Omar Gaither was right there to make the 3rd down stop. This run offense for both teams has been struggling all game long, so no team is able to take control of this ball game. And Georgia will have to punt again. Lee Jackson will have his 5th punt of the game with 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Fair catch will be called. Oh, good punt by Jackson. That will be inside the 10. Ball is down at the 9-yard line. What a punt. And Tennessee is backed up inside the 10. How about that backspin on the punt by Jackson? 2:19 left in the 3rd quarter. Tennessee sets up their offense at the 9. Now they really need this offensive line to protect Kirby better, because they are backed up quite a bit. Handoff, Davis on the left side. Sean Jones right there to make the tackle after Davis gets a few yards. Tennessee just trying to get out of the trouble that they're in right now, courtesy of Lee Jackson's punt. 3-yard gain there for Davis. 2nd and 7 with under 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, 1.5 minutes, 1 hour already gone by in the stream. 2nd and 7. Play clock at 3. Here goes Davis on the right side. Take it down pretty quickly. I believe Kendrick Colston was right there to make the stop, and he was. 3rd down for the Volunteers. Davis shut down pretty quickly, and now 3rd down for Volunteers. For the Volunteers. Minute and a half remaining in the 3rd quarter. Tennessee in the eye on 3rd and 5. This is going to be a little interesting. Kirby with some protection. Got a lot better. That's completed to the tight end McClure. Able to give the Volunteers some breathing room. Tennessee with the 1st down. The redshirt senior tight end makes a great grab. And it's 3rd down. Boise State able to blow out Tulsa 34-10. Keeping the Golden Hurricane winless. Now about a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Georgia needs to get a stop to get the ball back. Northwestern also beat Indiana 14-9. Less than a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Like a 3. Handoff goes to Davis. Spin move. Nice little move. Breaking a tackle. Gonna get a few yards. Tough run for Davis. Goes for about maybe 2 yards. 2nd down upcoming. Jabari Davis, one of the handful of great running backs at Tennessee during Phil Fulmer's tenure. Also a guy by the name of Travis Henry. That was the running back for the Volunteers that won the national title, if I'm not mistaken. Bert Dupree in motion. 2nd and 7. Counter run. Here's Davis on the left side. Breaking tackles. Gets a few more yards. 3rd down once again for Tennessee. Tennessee traveling from Rocky Top Country to the Hedges. Take it on Georgia in a little top 10 showdown. That will end the 3rd quarter, though. Tennessee still up 7-3 at the end of 3 quarters. Still 1 quarter to go. Still a lot of time for Georgia to be able to come back. But they need to get this 3rd down stop here to start in the 4th quarter to do it. David Paula, tell everybody put your 4s up. It's time for the 4th quarter. So here we go. 3rd and 4 from the 30. Can Tennessee convert, or will Georgia get a big stop? Davis in motion. It's a pass. Kirby in trouble. Throws to the run. It's caught. Oh, what a throw of the run under pressure and coming down with a catch. It's Smith, the redshirt freshman. And it's a 1st down for Tennessee. This low-scoring affair, Tennessee's starting to control the clock. That is super important in this ball game for Tennessee. Nice 1st quarter for Matt Kirby, but the fact that they were able to control the clock on this potential last drive is so important. Option play, Kirby. What a fake pitch. Takes it to Gerald Riggs down the sideline. Watch out. He's gone. Foot race. He's in. Touchdown. 60 yards. Gerald Riggs gets it to the end zone. And the Volunteers take a 2-score lead. Oh my goodness. What an option. Joe Riggs, the 6'2", 222-pound junior, gets the big run. And the Volunteers now are about to take an 11-point lead over the Bulldogs. We have had 2 perfect seasons end this week. Why not make it a 3rd? 7 plays, 91 yards, shaving off 3 minutes off the game. 36 seconds into the 4th quarter. Volunteers strike Pater to get 11-point lead. 14-3 now. Georgia has got to answer back. Yeah, Georgia needs to answer back or this one's over. Rocky Top finally getting played in the stadium. Here's the kick by Colquitt. In the back of the end zone, Gibson kneels it down in the end zone for a touchback. So now Georgia set it up with 6:23 left. There's Ohio State blowing out Wisconsin. Ohio State running back Maurice Corrett. Remember, he was suspended for the whole season of 03. He gets 4 touchdowns in 04 in this sim. But this is a video game, so he can't exactly do much about it. He is a very high overall running back. 1st and 10. Here's a counter run to Tyson Browning, but he's shut down quickly. And there's clipping. Jeremy Thomas blocked somebody in the back. That's going to result in a 1st and 20. From the 10-yard line. Makes it that much more difficult for the Bulldogs to move down the field and answer the Volunteers score. Lippin was called. It was a tackle for loss anyway, but that penalty definitely helps the Volunteers. Not only runs the clock, but also pushes the Bulldogs back 10 yards. Thomas going in motion. Hand off again. Why are you handing the ball off? This run game has not been working, Georgia. You got 11 rushing yards. Tackle made by O.J. Owens. Browning might have gotten 2 yards. But it's going to be 2nd down anyway. It's something like 2nd and 18. Yeah. Not sure what Mark Richt is doing. He's down 11 and you're handing the ball off. What are you doing? David Green dropping back. Now Lofter left side, going for it all. And he's got it! Fred Gibson, once again, making an enormous catch. It's first down, Georgia at the 31. Unbelievable grab to the 32-yard line. 56 yards, 3 catches, 103 yards for Gibson. 56 yards on that carry. Thomas on the fullback run. Goes up the middle. Gets a nice gain inside the 25. That's at the 24. 19 yards rushing for Georgia in this ball game. It has not been good on the rushing game for either team. So it's a nice run for Jeremy Thomas. It's going to be 2nd and 2 after an 8-yard gain. Under 5 minutes to play. Already 2 minutes gone by in the 4th quarter. Can Georgia answer back? Toss goes to Tyson Browning, but he fumbles! Oh no! Scooped up by Tennessee, and he takes this to the house! It's J.T. Mapu. The 6'3" junior defensive end. He might have just sealed the game. Mark Richt, you buffoon! First of all, why are you running toss play when your passing offense is actually going off? Yeah, first of all, why are you running toss play at all? Second of all, why are you running toss play when your passing game is actually doing pretty nicely? What are you doing? It's 21-3. I think Tennessee is definitely taking control of this ball game. Near the end of the 3rd quarter and in the 4th. 2.5 minutes gone by in the 4th quarter, and this one might actually be over. Mark Richt, apparently in this game, is a freaking moron. Come on, Mark Richt, you're better than that. You know not to run a toss play when you have no numbers out there. You know better. Kickoff by Colquitt goes to the back of the end zone again. And it's Tyson Browning kneeling it down in the end zone. Tyson Browning on a toss, fumbles the football, picked up by JT Mapu, the defensive end, and he takes it for 6. It'll be tough to decide a player of the game after that. 1 passing touchdown for Matt Kirby, 1 rushing touchdown, a long rushing touchdown for Gerald Riggs. You would think they would learn. Spin move doesn't get him too many yards. Yo, Mark Richt, you are down 18, and you're still running toss plays. What is going on? This is why. Mark Richt, this is why you got fired in 2015. Like, this is the reason. Because you have no idea what you're doing when you're down a certain amount. 3-score lead. McClintock will go motion. David Green, a little bit of pressure. Oh, and Gibson dropped it, but nice coverage by Boulware as well. It was tight coverage on Gibson. That was a jump ball, so anybody could have had that one. So 3rd and 8 for Georgia. 4 minutes to play in this 4th quarter. You're going to have to score quickly. Find a deep strike, anything to get back in this game. Green will throw it. Overthrows his targets. McClintock. Or no, excuse me, it's Tyson Browning. He actually had a shot. And the Georgia Bulldogs are going to punt. Yep, I think this one's over. Georgia's undefeated season will come to an end with a sickening thud. And the Volunteers are going to come into Athens and get a huge road win out in the SEC. They will be 4-0 after this game, if they end up holding on. Spin move. Take it to the 48 in Georgia territory. Goes Jabari Davis. That's really good field position for Tennessee to run the rest of this 4 minutes off the clock. Unbelievable how the second half unfolded. End of the 3rd quarter and the entire 4th quarter up to this point. I have no idea what Mark Richt was thinking. Defensive touchdown scored by JT Mapu, especially in that 4th quarter. May have just been the nail in the coffin. The handoff to Davis up the middle. Now goes left. Has a nice run to the 40. And a face mask on top of it will give Tennessee a 1st down. Oh no. Mickey Brown, the 3rd-string middle linebacker, taking over an injured Derek White. Commits a face mask. It was only 5 yards, but it will give Tennessee a 1st down. 3.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Tennessee is more than likely about to win this ball game. First and 10, handoff goes to Dupree. He's going to get a pretty solid game, maybe 4 yards. Rushing offense for Tennessee started to get better, 89 yards in this ball game so far. Holding Georgia to 14. The run game was really what took over, and Tennessee's run game was just that much stronger. 31-yard line after a 5-yard run for the fullback Dupree. It's 2nd and 5, 3 minutes left. Smith will go in motion. It's a handoff, Davis again. Spins up the middle, and he gets a 1st down at the 25. Nice run for Jabari Davis with 36 yards on 12 carries. Tennessee moves again down the field. It's going to be hard to decide a playoff game or a player of the game. Yeah, Matt Kirby, who threw a touchdown, had some key throws. That's a key plays for himself. 60-yard run for a touchdown for Jabari Riggs, and then a scoop and score by JT Mapu. So it's going to be a little difficult to decide that. Handoff goes to Davis. He's shut down by Pollock. Good play defensively. Might be too little too late. But a nice play indeed. Auburn just beat Arkansas. You already saw that game. It happened yesterday. 2nd and 13 after the loss of 3. Of course, USC beat Stanford 35-20. USC getting back in the winning ways. Stanford had a nice start to the season, but that one's definitely going to hurt. Hand off of the counter. It's Davis. Breaking a tackle. Getting to the 25. So he gets those yards back. And 3rd down is coming up. Minute and 40 to go in the 4th quarter. Tennessee is about to come away with a win. Big win on the road against the inferior SEC opponent. Especially SEC East opponent. So it will be their 2nd straight win. Spin move by Riggs. He's in the game now. And doesn't get enough for first down. He actually got tackled behind the line. Kedrick Golston was there for the TFL. Minute 28 left. Georgia called timeouts. 26-yard line. And looks like Tennessee is going to attempt a field goal for 43 yards out. This field goal will give Tennessee a 24-3 lead if it makes it. Minute 28 left in the 4th quarter. A lot closer than the last kick was. And this kick is wide left. No good. It's wide left for Wilhoit. Minute 24 remaining. And Georgia now, with a minute 24 left. Really all they're trying to do now is just make the score a lot more respectable. It was a wide left kick. And Georgia takes over at the 26-yard line. See if they can at least make it a competitive game, at least make the score a little competitive. Here's David Green. A little quick throw. It's knocked away by O.J. Owens. Minute 22 left. This game is indeed over, but see if Georgia can actually make this game look competitive on the scoreboard. Because Tennessee in that 2nd half completely controlled this game. Not much movement in the 3rd quarter, but then Tennessee scored 2 straight touchdowns in the 4th quarter to get themselves a big lead. Overthrown. Oh, David Green. As soon as that 2nd half started, his confidence must have been down the drain or something like that. Maybe it started at the end of the 1st half when he threw an interception. I don't know. Use a 3rd and 10 with minute 18 to go. 3rd and 10. Green dropping back. Lots of time. Throwing deep. Got him in. 1st down. Tyson Browning out of the backfield. They're going to give it to Mapu, but I'll have to take a look at the stats again and see. Kirby's been so impactful in this game as well. David Green, 1st down, rollout pass, lofted left side, incomplete. Intended for Gibson. Nice throw by David Green on 3rd and 10, but now they got to find a way to score at least one more touchdown or maybe a field goal. Who knows? 32-yard line of Tennessee, 2nd and 10. .102 left in the 4th quarter. Second and 10. Green In trouble, stepping up. Right side throw. McClintock goes down 2 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage. He went backwards. Thought that must have been like 7 yards past the line of scrimmage, but went backwards for about 5 yards. 55 seconds left. Georgia calls their second timeout. 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs. Brock in motion. Green, step it up. In trouble, he's sacked. It's a 1-yard run. Brought down on the field. 4th and 7. 44 seconds to go. Green looking. Dropped. Henry Brock dropped it. And that's how this game's going to come to an end. 40 seconds remaining. Tennessee, all they got to do is just run 2 plays and they've won this game. Wow. This was stunning. Unbelievable. Seconds left. One more play for Tennessee. 1 play away from getting this victory. So here we go. Last play. Hand off. Take it down. And that will do it. Tennessee, it was an even ball game in the first half, and then 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns later, Tennessee took full control and wins this 21-3. And Georgia's undefeated season has come to an end. Tennessee will go to 6-1, which means they will be bowl eligible. If they will go to 4-0 in the SEC, Georgia will be 3-1 in the SEC. Tennessee takes command of the SEC East. Congratulations to Volunteers. It was even for the most part. Then, of course, Georgia had that one turnover, that fumble that turned it to 6. 13-28 for 248 for David Green. What an effort by him and Fred Gibson. But it was just too much. 9-16 for 166. A touchdown and a pick. For sure makes a TK for 64 yards and touchdown. JT Mapu. Fumble recovery. Went for 65 yards and a touchdown. I don't think he can give it to him, you know. 9-16 for 166, a touchdown and a pick. Kirby got sacked 4 times. He was tough. I was saying, able to withstand those sacks. They missed a couple plays, but still was able to finish the game. 9-16 for 166, a touchdown and a pick. I guess it's not much, but I think player of the game was going to have to be Matt Kirby. 9-16 for 166, a touchdown and a pick. It's going to have to be him. Of course, 8-7 Central. Red River Showdown. Number 1, Texas. Number 4, Oklahoma. On Twitch. So this was the last game for YouTube. Twitch will be the site for the final game of this slate. Of course, as always, September Price. Till then, I'll see you.